Hey everyone, hope you're well. I thought I'd do a quick little video today for you. I've seen quite a lot of comments in this group and other forums over the years with people having problems with inconsistency when they're performing a lash lift. And there's a few reasons that could happen, and one in particular I wanted to go into today was hair texture and how that plays a bit of a role in how you can get varied results with your clientele. I'm going to use my smartboard today, and I'm going to draw you a diagram on what hair texture is and see if that can help you understand from a visual perspective what we're dealing with when we're working with different types of lashes. So say for example, a client comes in and they have very fine hair. So I'll just draw that as a smaller lash. We'll pretend that is a thin, finer hair texture. Then you might have clients that have more of a medium size hair texture. And then you might have clientele that have very, very strong lashes, which is thicker hair texture. That's really thick, coarse hair. Now, when we're using the Yalibana system, if I was working on a thin hair texture with a client, I would probably use my step 1 lotion for about 3 minutes. There you go. So that's a very short amount of time to use the lotion for, and Yalibana is quite fast processing, but 3 minutes is generally all you need for really fine hair texture. For somebody that has medium strength hair texture, I would probably go for around the 6-minute processing time for step 1, okay? And then somebody that has a very thick, coarse hair texture, I would go around 8 minutes. Now, again, this isn't a perfect timing all the time, but generally speaking, that does work really well with my experience over the years. Now, I've seen in groups, as I was saying before, how people have said they've been using various different types of brands and they've been having varied results. And, you know, they've said the lashes have curled too much, or I'm not going to use this brand anymore because the lashes haven't lifted enough. There must be a bad batch, or, you know, they've changed something. Look, I've seen this time and time again, and I've been doing this for over a decade now, producing products and working with lashes and these types of lotions. And it really is a big factor to consider, and that's the hair texture. So these are the times that would work really well for me, you know, generally with step 1, with the Yalibana lotion. Now, if I'm going to step 2, the setting lotion, on the thin hair structure, I would be probably reducing that down to 2 minutes. So that's how quick it is. It's extremely fast. And that is usually going to give me a great result with really fine hair texture. With the medium strength hair texture, this I would bring that down to 4 or 5 minutes. We never want to exceed 5 minutes. And even with the thick hair texture that we're working with, so we've gone 8 minutes for step 1, but I'm going to bring that down now to 5 minutes with step 2. And I would never want to exceed 5 minutes. In my experience, there's never really a need to do that. As long as you've got the lotion placement correct and you're going high enough up the lash, then generally you will get the right result that you need with those processing times. So as I was saying, I have seen a lot of people in this group saying that they've had problems using various brands, not getting enough of a curl or over curling. They've been using the product for a very long time, and then all of a sudden they've had problems and they don't want to use the product anymore, and they change to other brands. But I have seen this time and time again. I've got so many screenshots and so much data and research collected on this over the years. And I've really seen a lot of people going from brand to brand or changing and trying to work out what is going on and why they're getting these varied results. And it really is the nature of lash lift. You know, it's the nature of beauty treatments in general. There can be variances. You might use a skincare product on one person, but it might have a different result on another type of client because their skin type is slightly different. And it's the same with your clients as well. Their lashes are not exactly the same. Now, 97% of the time, it might be fine. And it generally is, to be honest. We have had people that have been using our products for, over a decade as well, as long as I've been using them, and they're still using the products and they get great results. But they do understand that from time to time, you can have these variances, and hair texture is really one of those variances or one of those situations that I wanted to just discuss here with you, because I feel some people come into the group and they'll say, I did 6 minutes for step 1 and I did 5 minutes for step 2 and the lashes have not lifted enough. What did I do wrong? Or I've done 6 and 5 and the lashes have over curled. What have I done wrong? Well, generally speaking, it will come down to the hair texture in a lot of those cases where there has been a variance in the result. Now, hair texture can change due to quite a few factors, and one is diet. That is a topic that I think there's quite a bit of research for hair in that field, but a lot of people haven't really researched it very much with lashes. I mean, there's a lot of research coming through now. People are paying more attention to it. And if you have a diet that is high in vitamins and nutrients, that can make your hair thicker and stronger because you're, building more proteins and making the hair stronger. But if you've got a diet that isn't well balanced and you might be lacking some vitamins or nutrients, then your hair texture could become thinner. So it is something to consider, and I have seen this, people using medications and, of course, hormonal changes. All those sorts of things can come into play. And even seasonal changes is something that you have to consider as well. During spring, some people tend to shed their lashes a little bit more, and that can also sometimes make the lashes more susceptible to lifting or curling faster. So there is a few variances there that I just wanted to share with you guys, and hopefully that helps a little bit. And I'm always happy to talk to anybody. Reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. You can message me. Always happy to help with any questions you might have.